What's up, everybody? We got the new ST packed up in the trailer. It's Friday evening, we're going out on Saturday morning, and we got a special guest, the yellow Z06 over there, Mr. Hoff. We'll see you out there. What's going on, everybody? It's JP. We out here at the track. It is not really that early, actually. Winter Saturday lapping days don't start that early. Pretty low cloud cover here, pretty cold out, low 20s right now, but we're in the dry air of Colorado, so not too terrible. But getting ready to hit the driver's meeting. We're gonna unload the ST out of the trailer right now, get it just ready, check tire pressures, get it warmed up, get this thing ready to go. So what we are doing today is we are baselining the car. We have two different maps that we're gonna use to do some back-to-back testing, but ultimately we came out here today to do just baseline, testing so that we have a good base of how much we improve the car. Instead of doing drag racing, quarter mile time stuff, this time with this project, we are going to focus on the track on a road course. We're in high altitude, Denver, Colorado. Actually, right now where I stand, we're about an hour east of Denver. But in Denver, it's just really high altitude, and our quarter mile times just do not reflect what most of our customers are going to go out there and experience when they do the same thing to their car as we're going to do. So we wanted to put a focus on the road course stuff, because that's a really good apples to apples comparison of how fast a car starts and how fast it ends with any given mod. So anyway, today what we're going to do is we're going to go out, do a couple laps. We are on stock brakes, so I can only go probably about 80% really of max effort, because the brakes just simply will not hold up in stock form. So it'll show a true test of what you can go out and do with a stock Focus ST. I could probably put a faster lap together, but it's not really about just doing one single hot lap. You kind of want to go out and do a handful of laps and still have the car be drivable. If you did just a super max effort hot lap, your brakes would be gone after just probably 2 or 3 laps. So we're gonna put in a few laps, go about 80%, show the true test of what a stock vehicle is capable of consistently. Then we're gonna flash Alan's map that he put on the car yesterday. We tuned the car yesterday. That's in a separate video, but we tuned the car, and then we're just gonna see how much faster the car is with that map on it. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Gonna get a good baseline today. Like I said, it's pretty cold out here, but inside the car it'll be nice and toasty. That'll warm up nice, and we'll put the tires to the test. So one other thing, we actually put brand new stock Focus ST tires on, the Goodyear F1, like the asymmetric 2 or whatever, the Eagle F1. So we want as true of a stock vehicle as we possibly can. So we put brand new stock original tires on the car. So we got some fresh meat. It's gonna be exactly as if you drove the car off the showroom floor. So it'll be a good baseline. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Let's go out there and have some fun.
Really glad we got the one with the heated steering wheel right now.
It doesn't have a plate on it, so it must be serious.
It's the ultimate sleeper, a completely stock Focus ST.
Yeah, meanwhile over here we got Indy cars, and you think we could take them?
Oh yeah, JP, he's just the best driver ever.
Just wait.
Driver mod.
Gonna embarrass some people today. Not 100% sure what got left on. Yeah, car doesn't start at all this morning. It is really cold. It spent the night in the trailer, so could have had something to do with it. But yeah, so we're jump starting it. Fortunately, we didn't bring cables, but someone here did. So we are borrowing some cables, and we're gonna see if we can't get this thing to fire up real quick. All right, well, hopefully it will keep starting after this, after we get some laps on it, but we'll leave it and let it warm up and everything.
And you know what? We can sit inside it.
Hey, with the heated seats.
And the heated steering wheel.
All right, so we can edit all of that out. Charles, make sure you edit all that out.
Thanks. This has just been a demonstration we wanted to do about how to jumpstart your car in case anything ever happened and it didn't start on you. So yeah, hope this has been helpful, guys. We'll catch you next time.
Come back for more tips. We're always here.
So we were gonna save this for a later video, but it's gonna come in. It's too handy for what we're doing. We need something to mount that access port with. Hands are freezing. This is the Cobb. We got this from Cobb. It's the A-pillar mount. So it just goes like right here. And it's an excellent place to mount the access port, and then we'll just be able to run the cable. We'll stuff it up in there and then run the cable up between the door. My fingers are like next to useless right now. That'll work. Right there. That right there.
There we go.
We got to do some wire management later, but for now I'm just going to do the old wrap it around the steering wheel trick.
Oh,
Oops. That way it's just out of the way.
how much do you hate those lug nuts?
I mean, you can't even, it doesn't even go on. One more thing that I wanted to set up for the track, I want to monitor things that I don't usually monitor for data logging. And like I said in the last video, oil temperature is one of those, charger temp, coolant temp, but I need to set up the data logging. So I'm gonna go do that now and find what we need here. There's already some things that are set up, like that I don't really care about right now, like map slot. Accelerator pedal, AFR, that's good to have. Airflow, you can use that. Boost, charge air temp. We got catalyst temp, I wanna look at that. Coolant temp. Fuel air pressure, yeah, we'll keep that on there. Gear, we'll leave that on there. That'll be good to know, like see what gear he's in throughout different points on the track. So that should be what we need to do, like need to see for any logging that we do. So we should be good to go, and we'll let JP do his thing.
All right, we're back from the driver's meeting, getting ready to go out on track. Got the tire pressures all set. Car's been idling for 40 minutes to make sure the battery's all good. We gotta go flash the car now back to stock to start off on the stock map, but should be ready to go. Get the helmet and get out on the track. The stock brakes happened. Or the stock brakes didn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, the seat, I pulled in that first time,
yeah,
the 2 warm-up laps, because the seat fell down in front of me. It wasn't latched.
Oh, really?
Or fell down behind me. So like smacked my seat. So I pulled off and I fixed that, and then I went back out and did another kind of warm-up lap, and then just did my hot lap.
Yeah.
And the brakes were already like a little bit soft entering my first hot lap, and I was like, well, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
And then by like midway through the hot lap, it was just like, yeah, I just can't go much harder.
Yeah. Well, I got you to 225.
That's what my GPS picked up,
Okay.
225.
So are we changing the order of videos then to get brakes on sooner?
Most likely. There's no way we can do another track day with these same brakes on.
Yeah.
There's no way, especially making the car faster.
I kind of figured that would probably be a problem. I mean, obviously it's going to be a problem, at least the fluid anyways, but...
Yeah. Oh, the pads are, you can smell it.
Yeah.
It's just like, especially since the windows are open, like halfway through the first lap, it's just, you could smell them like right away. They're just soft, almost instantly after the warm-up lap, they just got soft. And I think the point that I want to try to make by taking a car out to a track with stock brakes is I could go faster than I just went. I could probably click off at 220, like no problem.
Yeah.
But it would never be able to do another lap again.
Yeah.
the brakes would be half gone.
Oh, we got a trailer.
It's true, but we got to do another hot lap. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, there we go. So on stock map, the brakes, as expected, just completely not up to the challenge of really pushing the car super, super hard. So went out there, did one hot lap, got a 225 and some change. We're gonna flash the car, let the brakes cool, let everything cool. Oil temps got up to about 215, I think I saw. So nothing crazy, but that's definitely warming up. Tires held actually really nicely. I didn't have any squealing going on. I wasn't pushing the car crazy hard, but the tires held up great. The car is so well balanced. I love driving the ST around the track. Honestly, this thing does not feel like a front-wheel drive car. It rotates so well. And I remember that when we first got the 2013 way back when, that it just rotates so well. Even on stock tires, it feels great. So, but lots of improvements to be had for sure. I can definitely feel that. But let's go ahead and flash the upgraded map, the tuned map, and we'll put it back out on the track after it cools down.
Okay guys, we're just looking here at the data log from JP's hot lap, taking a peek to see if we got anything concerning or whatever. Our charger temps at about 115, coolant's at about 200, oil is 203, our catalyst is 1400. So we're cruising along. I can see these like spots where he's going wide open throttle. No ignition corrections yet. This is on the stock tune, by the way. You can see where he lifts and where he's like coming down because the charger temp drops considerably. We're this would probably be the first straight because that's several gears that are like full. Well, I can put gear on here too. Yeah, so, oh, he's in 5th gear right there. Yeah, oh, that's right. Okay, 4th, 5th. Okay, and then he's downshifting, temperatures fall, we drop all the way down to 190 on coolant, we're at 91 on charge air, the highest we got was 200 on coolant, and then 124 on charge air. That was the first straight. Oil temps 207, staying pretty steady there with oil. Oh, and coolant, yeah, drops to 189, so that's a pretty decent drop in the cool down area. Then we start going back up. Temperatures just seem to be hovering right in the sweet spot. Oh, here we go. We got a charge air up to 133. That's probably the final straight. Oil temps at 213, 215. Catalyst temps staying pretty good too. It means, yeah, this is stock tune, so it's doing, I mean, it's completely stock, really. Well, stage 0, but yeah, so temperatures are really good there. So I'm curious to see, I suspect they'll be a little bit hotter on the custom tune just because we'll be running more boost pressure, but I'm really curious to see how much hotter or if it's even similar or not. But yeah, so that'll be cool. So it looks like we're about ready to go back out, so I'm gonna close this down and let JP get a couple laps in on this upgraded, or on this tuned map. And then we'll take a look at that data log and see how it goes. Yeah, I don't see any negative corrections, so that's good. Negative corrections don't always mean anything terrible, but it's always adding timing, so that means that the car is happy. Let's see if our octane adjust ratio is doing on here. On stock, it's just staying at 0, doesn't climb. Of course, this is the stage 0 map. That might be a little bit different than what it would do completely stock, but anyways, all right, I'm gonna exit out of this, disconnect that, reconnect this so JP can log for me. We're good to go.
All right, so it's time for session number 2. So just maybe some basic, I don't know, some last words really before I hang it all out there. This is the first time I've put the car on the track, and honestly, it's the first time I've been out here in 2 years, so I kind of just wanted to just get some time in the seat just to kind of get comfortable again. I might, if I had to guess, I'd probably pick up a couple seconds from last session to this coming one, even on the same map. So, you know, it's going to be a little bit subjective saying the access port or the custom tune made us go this much faster. It's going to be really subjective because I just can't push the car super hard and I haven't driven in a while. I'm gonna try to go at the exact same pace, as close as I possibly can as last time, so that I can get a feel for like how power is really helping the car put in a faster lap. But again, power is gonna make me go faster, which is gonna push the brakes a little bit harder too. So I just don't know how much braking power I'll have left. I'm just gonna try to put in a nice hot lap at the same pace and just see what difference there is. So 225 is by no means fast at High Plains Raceway, but that's a fun lap for sure for any given person. So we'll see what she does and go from there. So hope you enjoy. All right, well, we got second session down. That was much better. I felt much more comfortable in the car. You can only feel so comfortable after, well, no laps originally, but even a couple laps in on the first session, going back out this session, the second session, felt much more comfortable. I did try to keep the same pace, and so I feel like it was fairly close. I actually ended up doing 2 hot laps on that one. The second one was definitely faster. I pushed a lot harder, so I'm sure we got a faster lap time on that, but yeah, that was fun. This car is just a blast. I'm so happy that we took it to the track, not only just to get a baseline, but just to go out and have some fun. So even on these stock tires, stock wheels, stock suspension, stock everything, except for a flash, it performed great. So the car's fun. I can't wait to just keep driving it and keep modding it and doing stuff. It's hard to tell the difference on a tune when your mind is just like so adrenaline rushed and you're at the track and you're putting in, you know, going into corners and stuff like that and braking zones. It's really hard to tell, like, oh yeah, I can definitely tell that few extra horsepower, but you know, we'll find that in the data. That's what data logging's for. That's what lap times are for. So let's go check those out. Maybe that and like another time where you did that was a full second guaranteed. Yeah, but it's, you know, it's freaking seat time. It's just getting more and more comfortable, like comfort.
You're like, okay, now I know where the limits are.
Yeah,
a little bit more.
You know, I haven't put in a lot of laps in a car, but I have put in a lot of laps, like thousands, you know, in the cart. And you just like, I remember when I first started, and I remember when I felt like, oh, okay, I get it now. Smooth is fast. Timid is slow. Timid and jerky is slow. Smooth and flowing is fast. When you're comfortable, you tend to smooth out, right? So yeah, it also has to do with your comfort level. You know, half of going fast, probably more than half, is just how big your balls are, right? And that's part of, yeah, exactly. Like how hard are you willing to push? And you learn how hard you can push by just putting in seat time and just going, oh, okay, I see where the car didn't like that, you know, so just seat time. So, big balls.
I'm just going through this data log. I'm seeing airflow, we're about 1 pound per minute more airflow consistently than we were on the previous tune. Ignition corrections, the only one that I've seen so far was like in the middle of a shift, and it dropped to -2 but came right back up, and that was it. But that was off throttle too though, so I don't know. I don't think that was anything to worry about. Boost pressure, I'm seeing about 19.5 max, I think. And part of the reason that is I haven't seen, like, whenever he's on it, like he's not really getting on it below 4,000 RPMs. And that's partly due to like the way you drive these cars. Shifting about 5,600 RPM, which is about where he should be shifting based on the torque curve this thing makes. He's staying in like, he's not dropping really below 4,000, in some cases 4,500 RPMs. And that's kind of where you see like these cars are making stupid amounts of torque. It's not really usable if you're racing, because you're not really ever in that part of the torque curve. Ignition corrections are pretty much non-existent here, except for that one spot where it did it in between shifts. This car does have stock motor mounts on it, so I am not surprised that it's making some noise when it shifts hard. The temp max I see here for charge air is 149. We did get oil up to 222. Coolant stayed right around 205 max. So really it's not running all that much hotter than stock. There's actually probably room for a little bit more power as is if it would take it without knocking. It's really right around 90 to 100% wastegate duty cycle most of the time, which tells me that we're just out of steam on this turbo. Otherwise it looks really good. The logs looking good. I'm really happy with the way it performed on track, and it looks like it was really consistent. The slowdown areas were bringing the temps down enough that we weren't really having an issue. But yeah, I mean, this looks really good. The data's looking good. I'm really happy with how it performed, nice and consistent. For that end, we're doing really good in terms of tuning, and now it's just time to get some brakes on this thing so that we can get it to stop and stop consistently. Don't worry, we are going to be pulling more power out of this thing, in which case brakes will become even more important to have. But yeah, so I'm happy with how it's running right now. I think it's good to go. If it wasn't for the brakes, we could be out there still. I can't wait to get some more parts on this thing, get some cooling mods on it so that we can come back out here and get that time down even faster. I don't know if you guys heard David with the Z06, he cut a 213, which is really good. Our secret goal, I guess you could say, is we want to beat David in his vet. I mean, he's definitely got more power than we do. Right now, he's also limited by braking, which he will be upgrading. So we've got some catch up to do in terms of power for sure. And I'm sure that we'll both be like relatively on par for braking once we've done our respective upgrades. But anyways, I'm gonna close my laptop and then go stick my hands in my pockets because my fingers are freezing.
Well guys, we just got done with track day number 1. Make sure you subscribe so you can get all the updates for when we come back out here and as we modify the Focus. Thanks so much for joining us. Let us know what you think of the video, and we'll see you next time. What do you got to say for yourself?
Sorry it's so loud, people won't stop revving their engines around here.
Woo! All right guys, thanks for joining us at the track. That was a blast. Next video, we are going to do brakes. We need to be able to slow this puppy down faster, so stay tuned.